Alright, so let's talk about the 70mm S500, the mirror dash cam from 70mm. I first bought out this review video at the end of January or at the beginning of February 2024, and I've been more or less using it for all this while now for about 6 to 7 months. Now the S500 is kind of a versatile dash cam because it offers you best of both worlds, which means basically you're getting a dash camera, a dual channel dash camera covering front and the rear of the car. Along with that, you also get a reverse view along with reverse parking guidelines. So this is specifically useful because most people find it difficult to take reverse without actually taking a look at the back, and the 70mm S500 giving you a very broad and a good look at the back with the reverse guidelines just helps the cause and makes it so much easier to take a reverse. Not to mention the fact that the 70mm S500 also comes with a Starvis2 sensor, a near 4K resolution, and the first camera from 70mm to get a super capacitor instead of a battery. The installation of the camera is also pretty simple and relatively easier when you compare it with a regular dash cam, because basically you just have to mount in the rubber straps on the windshield and basically you're done installing the front camera. The rear camera on the other hand might need some technical assistance, because if you want to engage the reverse view while you put on the reverse brake, you need to connect the reverse camera connecting cable to your car's reverse light. So that might be technically a bit difficult to everybody, but once you do get it done, it makes life so much easier while taking a reverse. So all in all, I do consider the 70mm S500 at a price of about 17 to 18,000 rupees a good package, a decent package which provides you some of the finest quality in terms of its screen quality, in terms of the user interface, and even the app connection and usability as well. So let's move on and talk a bit about the video quality of the 70mm S500 after I've used it for about 6 months, show you both front and the rear camera quality during day and night time. So before you watch the rest of this video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel by hitting the subscribe button right down below, and of course don't forget to like this video as well. You're watching Travel Tech. Let's get started. So straight away, looking at the front camera quality of the 70mm S500, this does give out a 4:3 aspect ratio because it has a 2592 into 1944p resolution backed by close to 30 frames per second. Now the overall video quality does look pretty impressive and the colors look really good. I mean, look at the evening sky and the sunset colors it is currently showing off on the screen. The Starvis2 sensor within this camera is calibrated pretty well. You can see all the darks and the highlights of the video pretty much in a much natural way, in a much better and a smoother way. Of course, the contrast also looks deep and dark, and the brightness levels do tend to balance out the contrast levels pretty much naturally. The overall video quality is where I'm quite impressed with the front camera, and the S500 is doing a really good job at bringing out those extra details and extra data within the video quality of this front camera. Moving on to the side-by-side comparison, now here on top you can see the front and at the bottom you can see the rear camera. Specifically, you can make out that the rear camera is placed down below. I mean, in conventional dash cameras you can mount the rear camera on the windshield, but in the S500 the rear camera is mounted near the number plate, so this gives you a down bottom view, and as you can see right now while taking reverse, this becomes very helpful. You get a clear idea of how far or how near the car behind you is standing or parked, so that helps you in kind of taking a proper level of measures to take a good reverse in such tight situations wherein I just parked right now. So if you're trying to park and you want to take a proper look at the rear of your car, the S500's rear camera will be probably the best one. Now moving on to the evening footage. Now this is all shot during around 5 o'clock, around 6 o'clock in the evening. And as you can see, you can't see like a much drastic difference between the front and the rear camera in this, but specifically you can do make out that the front camera carries more detail and slightly better picture quality when you compare it with the rear camera, mainly owing for the fact that the rear camera is only a full HD 1080p resolution camera with a 25 frames per second and 12,000 kbps of bitrate, whereas the front camera has close to double, that's 24,000 kbps of bitrate. I mean, even during daytime you find a much balanced and a natural footage from the front camera. The rear camera is quite enough for the quality, quite enough for the price, I think, and actually serves its purpose for showing you what's happening behind the car and for showing you specifically what's happening or who's near your car when you try to take a reverse using the S500. Alright, so that's a pretty cool, that's a pretty nice video quality right there, and of course the Starvis2 sensor is really cherry on top. But what about the camera's display? I mean, what kind of a display modes do you get on it, and can you switch between the front and the rear modes easily, and what are the other specifications, what are the other different features that display provides for you? Let's move on and take a look. So currently, as you can see, as I told you previously, on the left you can see the front camera, on the right you can see the rear camera. If I click on the switch camera button, it interchanges. The rear camera goes to the left and the front camera goes to the right. So you can interchange it back again, and this keeps happening as many times as you click on this button. But interestingly, this doesn't apply only to the split screen view. This applies to every other view as well. And that's where we are headed next. So this option right here, as you're seeing right now, is a full screen option. And if I click on that, single channel display mode. So currently you're seeing only the rear view camera being displayed on the dash cam. So if you want to take a look at the front camera, you just click on the switch camera button. So the front camera video feed is being streamed on the dash cam's entire display. Again, if you click on the switch camera button, the rear camera comes back. Interestingly, there's another option which is picture in picture. So as you can see, here is a big square, and within that you can see a small dark square. So if we click on that, this is the PIP display, which is picture in picture mode. So the rear camera display is taking up the entire screen, and the front camera is being shown in a small thumbnail view. And if you click on the switch camera button in this instance, it interchanges back. The rear camera goes in a small view and the front camera goes in a large view. Clicking back on the switch camera button, it interchanges back again. So in the view button, as you can see, there is a distinctive line in the middle. This is a split screen view back again. So if you click on the split screen view, it will take you back to the original video feed which you were watching up until now. The front video on the left and the rear video on the right. So I think these all options are very convenient and very useful to most users, because we don't have to depend on what the dash camera is showing to us. We can change it the way we want the dash cam to show the video feed for us. So the next important thing which I need to show you is that as soon as I put the car in the reverse gear, you get this pop-up sound and the camera turns into a reverse gear mode. So as you can see, you get this guiding lines as well being shown on the display, and you see an interesting option right here. What's this? Let's check it out. If I click on that, you get this square with 3 arrows pointed at 3 different directions, which means you can enlarge or make the guiding line smaller based on your requirement. You can even increase its height or decrease it based on how convenient or how comfortable they are for you. So based on the width of the road, based on the length of the road, you can achieve this very easily. And as soon as you reach a point which is comfortable and sufficient for you, click on the tick button right here and the guiding lines set in that place. So based on my personal usage of the S500 from the past 6 to 7 months, what I can definitely say is that this dash camera offers a very refined user experience. I mean, it's quite uncommon in most cameras. You would never feel at any point of time during its usage that this was an unfinished product that 70mm might have released. Now this is kind of a common feeling with most other cameras, because some of them might have improper app support, not proper setting support, and even the display quality might be bad. But the S500 doesn't give you that experience. You get that proper premium and the refined experience, both in terms of the dash camera usage, in terms of the app usage, and in terms of the 2 specific uses the camera is built for, as a dash camera and as a reverse assist camera. All in all, if you are in the market looking to buy a dash camera and at the same time you want to have the convenience of having a reverse camera view with assist guidelines, the S500 should definitely be the camera which you should check out before deciding on any other camera for that matter. That being said, if you are interested in purchasing this dash cam, the link to purchase it is given in the description below. Along with that, guys, I have made up a detailed review video of the S500, a complete elaborate video. You can check out that video. I'll leave a link in the description as well. And if you're someone who is confused between buying either a mirror dash camera or a regular windshield mounted dash cam, you cannot decide between the two. I have made a detailed video showing you the advantages and the disadvantages of both these kinds of cameras. You might want to check out that video as well before you actually make that purchase decision. The links to those videos and the purchase link for the S500 along with its accessories will be given in the description below. So I hope this video has helped you out, and in case if it did, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now, smash that like button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Insta and the WhatsApp page. The links to that are given in the description as well. If you have any doubts or queries regarding this camera, you can always write that down in the comments. I try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.